Okay? So ARVCOM5 tayo. So this is going to be the last of set, no? So this is equivalent to Visual Techniques 3. Well, we all know what Visual Techniques 3 is: rendering and presentation drawings. Pero sa atin, it's more of the portfolio type of drawing, no? So it's the last that binds everything together. So even computerization could be used, or Photoshop towards the end, no? I had made a very extensive 40-minute, full. Mahaba kasi gusto ko i-explain lahat ng paano gumawa ng presentation board. And hindi ko naman ma-divide yun. So, pero may timestamps. Yun ang maganda, by chapters na pwede nilang panoorin kung kailangan nilang ulitin. Madali lang hanapin yung mga chapters. Anyway, I'm going to be sharing you by the screen the content. Now, the content is finished. So, I I developed this about last year. So, the only thing that that of course you have to change is firstly is yung video demonstration, yung introduction nyo ng sarili nyo, right? You need to change this because this is mine. Now you can watch the video on how I introduce myself and try to do your own, no? And then I have yet to create the intro video of ARVCOM5. Hindi ko nagawa. Yun ang one thing na hindi ko pa nagawa sa lahat ng ARVCOM. Pero at siguro just after Christmas, meron na akong video nito, no? Just to add it here, no? Just to introduce. Pero you should have your own introduction of yourselves, no? About your background for them to know you, right? So this is module 00, and then I have, of course, we always need to go back and take a look at what the syllabi is, no, the syllabus. So everything here is pretty much matched to our. I can send this. I can send this to you, of course, along the next email, along with. Wala pa akong project brief. This is one of the things that I haven't done with this one. Pero roughly, it has everything here, very exact to the week, no? So it's up to you to schedule them accordingly. Kung ano yung hanggat week 11 lang. Pero may leeway pa nga kayo eh. By week 11, ito na yung dapat ginagawa. But of course, there's a 2-week gap. No, 2-week leeway. Up to your discretion kung ano yung gagawin nyo dito, right? Paano yung i-schedule. Anyway, that's the syllabi, and for you to create your own intro video. Lahat kayo may intro video na ba?
Meron
Yes,
naman,
sir. Meron
All right.
po.
Okay, good. And then module 1 is site analysis. How they're going to is they have their own site in their neighborhood kung sakali. Right? They can choose. It's easy for them to create now because may satellite views, and you can scale them, no? And then graphic thinking is module 2. So meron tayong mga small exercises. For example, I want them to, ang pinakamahirap sa kanila is they don't know how to draw people. mga to scale. So meron akong very short exercise of them. Parang this is like a basic exercise in drawing. And then design responses. Okay, so anyway, thing is, this is the warm-up exercise ang tawag ko dito, yung mga figure drawings. They will implement here sa site responses after the site analysis. Mga figures, for example, it could be Masyad maliit. Ayan. May mga figures that they could place in their design responses, right? After the exercises, no? Anyway, so that's module 2, graphic thinking about design responses, and then you have module 3, which is going to be also another warm-up exercise, is how to draw cars proportionally. So this is one of those things that mga ARVCOM4 people, yung mga ARVCOM, mga past ko, they don't know how to draw cars pa. So I devised this in, sabi ko we could cover it in sa ARVCOM5. Hindi nila alam yung measurements eh. So hindi pa sila sanay kung what they are. So this is the warm-up exercise to module 3. Tapos, schematic drawing, may demonstration ako, video demonstration of how to do schematics. So they will add in during their schematic drawing yung cars. Okay? So po unti-unti natin tinitrain sila na para sa scale. So, and then generating improved design iterations. So this is like a follow-up to from module 3. And so module 4 is more of the refined plans in scale. Okay, so this is an entire video that I created. No, at this point kasi then I tried to make videos now without me voicing over. I'm more of describing it through text. No, at saka at that time kasi wala akong time to create the voiceover. So, yan. And then we have module 5, part 1, isometric drawing. Bakit ko ginawa two parts? I forgot. But the thing is, car and then isometric lang for them. Anyway, I also provided dot matrix for isometric for them to print it out, or I linked it up to my here. They could print this over, print it out, and then they can use this under their tracing paper. By the way, I require them to kasi din eh, to have a set of marker pen paper, so translucent paper, so they can print this out, no? For them to have like a reference. And then of course the actual ginawa kong 2 parts to kasi I want them to have time learning how to draw cars. And then part 2 is really the isometric drawing of the building they're trying to design, right? And then generating perspective drawings by module 6. So sa ARVCOM3 na cover na to yung how to create perspective drawing, but here of course with my example of a cafe / residential on the second floor, they will again have to go back and remember how to create perspective drawing. And then generating perspective drawing interior, up to you kung paano yung ito at this point din ginamit ko is, and yung demonstration ko is AutoCAD. Very simple framework lang, kumbaga yung essential form of the inside and the furniture, very simple furniture. So I think let's get a snippet of what I did, no? So how to scale the sketches, kasi based on sketches, gusto kong scale sketches and then up, and then paano mo nag-generate ng yung essential, is a very essential type of yung extruding. And I think I was explaining, I think my voiceover ba to? Yeah, my voiceover and plus some of the general text. And then, okay, so that's just a glimpse of this, no? Let's moving on. So how to scale from sketch to all the way to yun nga, the reason why I did this is that parang at least malaman nila kung paano yung the quickest way of doing it. Kasi they think that doing it in CAD fully is faster. No, it's actually slower. Me as a trained CAD operator as ever since, no? Mabilis ako sa CAD, pero it slows down my design process or my thinking of design. I'd rather be finishing the drawing than designing. So kapag nasa CAD mode ako, mas mahirapan ako. So yun nga, freehand drawing is actually faster. They have to keep in mind lang how to do it in proportion. And then by module 8 part 1, ano na to? Ito, lettering, coloring, and rendering would be there, no? Rendering the interior perspective drawing, and then exterior perspective drawing. And then by part 2 of module 8, yung exterior, I think, yeah, same thing. By module 9, na dapat lahat sila, dapat abutin nila ito. Kasi, important thing is that we do not skip this, especially in 9. We have to, 2 weeks of leeway for you to really reach this module. Kasi kapag hindi nila naabot to, wala silang matutunan paano gumawa ng Photoshop layout of boards. So I have a 40-minute video of exactly how I was doing all of this and how to scale it properly and how to put the text, ano yung minimum text, standards text, ano yung sizes, and then also the composition and how the entire thing. So all the drawings that they've been doing for the past few weeks nito at this time is going to be placed over to the final board. So it's a presentation board, portfolio board of 1 page lang. And then this is mainly with Photoshop, but they can download krita.org, the Krita program. That's alternative. So that's it. That's the entire content of all of this, no? From start to finish, with even warm-up exercises, no? For them to master human figures, cars. Wala pa nga trees, by the way. I want to create a video how to draw trees kasi terribly sila sa gumagawa. Alam mo yung broccoli type of tree, yung kindergarten, ganun pa rin yung ginagawa nila. So we have to correct that. And that's it. That's the entire content for ARVCOM5. Any questions? Suggestions?
Sir, may question
Yes.
ako. So,
Yeah,
yung ARVCOM5 po, manual pa rin siya?
Yes, except for the last. Oh yeah, meron. It's a mix of manual and of course may konting CAD and then Photoshop at the end.
Okay po. Noted po.
Para kasi this is meant to prepare them for yung ArcDes na. Actually, yata nag-ArcDes 1 na sila. At this time, this second term will be their ArcDes 2. At least tutulungan natin sila parang how yung mga technicalities of how to do it faster, ano yung ways, no, of drawing the presentation board, ano yung mga elements ba, ano yung mga important things that to keep in mind. For example, gagawa sila ng elevation and plans, biglang pag presentation board, magkaiba yung scale, which is a big no-no. Kasi pinapakita na yung scale ng ito, 1:200, plus yung mga elevation nila, ibang scale. Bakit kayo magkaiba? Or hindi nila alam paano mag-scale totally. Okay, so we teach them all of those, yung mga details of how to exactly do it. And then, so the videos would be there. No? One of those things that sana nagkaroon tayo ng YouTube while we were in college. So you have all of this knowledge. Pero sa kanila kasi they were born into the internet age. They don't appreciate it, or they don't realize how lucky they are in living with vast information, with content that's ready there, that's for them to watch. Ayaw nilang manood eh. Ano nilang makinig for like manood for like 30 minutes. Sudden daw mahaba. So tina-times 2 nila yung speed. Malalaman. Gusto nyo ba mag-aral? Okay. So, yeah. Any
Sir,
questions pa? Yeah, Jeremy.
may program ba sila ng Photoshop? Before kasi parang meron silang di ba? Free trial
Yeah.
provided. Ngayon ba meron?
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, may dapat may Photoshop yata kasi meron kaming tinest na ng test run on cloud-based Photoshop. Kami ni Aji, we were tasked kasi babayaran nila yun part of the tuition fee din. In any case, may Krita if they kasi ang lang doon sa sa cloud-based type of program usage is yung lag. May half-second lag. Well, which is annoying. At saka ang hirap mag-log in. Tapos hindi pa kakagat. Parang tagal naman ito. Tinetest namin So I gave our thoughts actually. It's a terrible idea. Kasi because
mas recommended for yung Krita na yun na lang.
Krita,
kung wala sila,
yes. Kung wala sila. Kasi it's very similar in how it's done. So, pwede nila applyin doon. Kung may question sila na may konting difference, then you could answer that. Krita.org. It's free. It's for them to then the laggy type of yung service base natin na pinopropose, which I opposed. Actually, months ago, first time namin tinest, talagang hindi ako makalog in. Tapos second time, which is like over a month ago, yun nga, may lag. Pwede silang gumamit ng AutoCAD, Photoshop, everything. Except that, yun nga, medyo At saka if they say that they want to use SketchUp, ang problema ng SketchUp, cloud-based, saka limited. Yung pro version, you have to really pay. There's no student version. ang SketchUp. Sabi ko, bakit walang SketchUp na student version? So, mahal. Stay up to them. Yeah, if any other I'm open to suggestions, by the way. I'm also wanting you to deviate from the project para at least maiba. Alam mo yun, kasi yung inano ko dito is neighborhood So there will be site analyzing their one of the lots or empty or not, no. Then which they can use in order to create a project. So the project could be wag naman ganun kasimple na one-story type of house. No? Let's make it at least 2 stories. And then may twist na yung typology. Wag lang residential kasi pag residential lang anong gagawin nila? Something else, something that could be useful. Yun ang description ko. That could be useful in the neighborhood by majority of the people. And not just a residence. Pwedeng residence sa upper part, pero what else can you do? It all depends on to what you want. Para may iba, alam mo yun, it's at saka again, I have to mention, yung documentation nila of their work is very crucial. It's part of the grading system. Malaking bagay yun kasi malaking mababawasan sa kanila kung hindi sila mag-document. This is to discourage plagiarism and copying of other people's work and posting it as theirs. No? Now, from the start, dapat yung pangalan nila nasulat na sa documentation. I'm always requiring 12 images from start to finish. Okay? It's for you to din. Ako, hindi ko gine-gradean ko 0 kung wala silang pangalan even in their name in their final sheet. Ganun sila sometimes talagang roughly about 20% of them don't write their names onto the sheet. Magtataka ka ngayon, bakit wala siyang pangalan? So it's that those are alarming kasi ba, ginawa mo ba to or hiniram mo lang? Meron pa nga nahuli ko, nag-submit siya, naka-photoshop yung yung pangalan niya. Alam mo no, paano, bakit Photoshop? Kasi, wow, talagang handwritten, ni-scan or pinicture, tapos kinat, tapos paste. So, akala nila hindi ko ma-differentiate. So, you have to look out for those. So, from the start, require them to write their names and date and their section on the blank piece of paper itself. So, photo documentation of their progress all the time. So, okay. Anyway, let's talk about also, let me show you. Tapos na tayo, kompleto na yung grading sheets. Since walang pang users kasi, that's why you don't see it here. Pero kung na-populate na yung mo. So, very specific on each module and each exercise pala. Hanggang exercise 17. So, so this is the points. So this is the grading. Magkakaroon kayo ng parang Excel sheet. Now, as much as possible, I want you to update them. And then the grading system is going to be based on rubrics. The rubrics are complete din. Kompleto. So if we take a look at this vehicle drawing isometric, I try to do it as very like 500 something 5 criterion, for example. So ability to follow instruction, meaning ginagamit ko rin to as part of the tardiness of the submission. For example, kung on time, edi 100% siya, which is 90%. Kung 1 week late, ito dito nasa 85 dito sa criterion na to. And then 2 weeks late, 70. And then if it's 3 weeks late, that would be 50. Kapag more than 4 weeks, then 0. So this is to discourage them from submitting really, really late. Sobrang late. Na wala silang Anyway, may criteria dito, may description according to the grades, no? Vehicle proportions, for example, kung tama ba or hindi. Kayo na. Very simple lang yung ginawa ko is, I think I need to change this. This is above average, and then below average, right? So it's up to you to judge each criterion, even the details kasama dun. And then photo documentation is this. It's just very simple. 100, 50, or 0%. So that would, if this is 500, ibig sabihin nito, this is 20% of the criterion. So ang laking dito, kapag naka-0 sila, mawawala sila ng 20% sa photo documentation. Kasi we want to really to make sure that ginagawa nila yung process. Makikita mo din yung process if they're doing it correctly. Right? So those are the grading and the rubrics. Okay. So going back to content. Any questions, by the way? So clear na tayo. So I'll send this by next week, I guess, after Christmas. If assign na kayo ng what do you call this, the Big Sky assignments for this one, right? So you can see all of this. Wala akong sorry about this. Wala akong project brief for this ARVCOM5. It's only the content and the syllabi. I can send you the syllabi also by next week also. And then yeah.
Sir, question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pwede nyo kaya kaming bigyan ng parang list na yung mga preferred, kasi since mixed media siya, preferred software. Kasi parang yung sa di ba po, yung sa CAD, ARCAD, di ba parang meron Photoshop, tapos merong ibang software na ni-refer si Sir Aji if walang Photoshop.
Krita.
or mga
May link, may nasa instruction yun yung link krita.org, magda-download kayo.
So and then doon na rin siya sir sa sa modules or sa instructions.
Yeah, nasa modules. Yes, nasa
okay sir. Thank you.
pag AutoCAD kasi it's common, and then everything else is common except for SketchUp. I don't recommend SketchUp kasi it's paid na, hindi. Masyado ng hindi common yung SketchUp eh. Ewan ko, ginawa nilang kasi I don't know how do you can well, you can't even encourage the pirated version for that. Okay. So we discouraged that. Ayun lang. I guess that's it, no? And if you any questions, you can message me or email me. All right?
Sir, yung sinabi mo kanina, yung sa second term.
Second term, what? No, alam na nila yung dalawa.
Alam na nila.
I will not be, I'm on service leave, but I will coordinate with you. You can still ask me questions kasi I'll be bored to death if I'm not doing anything. So next term, ang plano ko is to really master how to create 3D with a VR headset. Yes. Ang ganda. So parang, model ako. So I'm creating my own projects so that I can master this, creating 3D. Actually, it's the next thing na dapat tinuturo natin ngayon sa mga students natin. Pero a VR headset is magkano lang? It's like 25,000. Yeah.
25,000.
Yeah. And then maka-create ka ng, gusto kong i-master nga yung, I've been learning from more recently the basics pa. Okay. Parang 3ds Max na, pero gumagawa ka na nagvo-float yung object mo, mo, tapos kina-carve mo, inaano mo. Oh. Ang ganda nga It's like, so there's so many. Tinitignan mo na yung object or our house. And then I'm trying to do. I'll be doing some demonstrations ngayon. How this could be useful for students or paano. Parang learning stage pa lang ako Gusto ko nga yung Jones Bridge. It's a good example of how to do it. The Jones Bridge construction. Tapos pa statues. Pwede kang maggumawa ng statues by sketching the proportions of the statues by picture references. Kasi something that 3ds Max, it's hard to do with 3ds Max by way of diba? Okay, that's it then. All right. Okay, see you when I need to see you again. Pero meron tayo lang, magkakaroon tayo ng some sort like a midterm meeting during the pause or after midterms, mga ganun. So that we just to see where we are with our content, right? All right. I guess that's it. I'll be ending the meeting now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.